welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little wax cutting video. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize for any background noise you might hear. I'm having to do laundry right now. I have water on the stove right now to clean off my little soap cutter slash wax cutter. You can get these at Michael's, and sometimes they do a 50% off or 40% off coupon, so I mean, they're cheap enough, and I like the handles and everything. I just prefer to cut with like the wavy line. I also have a straight edged one, but I prefer the look of the wavy edge. So the first scent shot I'm going to be doing is I have 3 scent shots from Satin Susie. I have 1 scent shot from Dragon the Wolf Crafts, and the rest is going to be my wax workshop. Excuse me, wax from the other day. And this one's called Dodo. I don't have a scent note description for it, but I'm pretty sure it's just like chocolate chip cookies. I don't get much chocolate at all, really, but it's just a nice sugar cookie dough type scent. Maybe like a chocolate chip cookie dough minus the chocolate chips. And it's a bit different from a sugar cookie. It's got a different type of taste and flavor to it, or that's the same thing, but a taste, texture, and you use somewhat different ingredients most of the time. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this one. And if I pause and everything, and if you hear like water going, I clean off my soap cutter every 1 or 2 waxes I cut, just so I can avoid like scent contamination. I don't know if it's a real thing, but it is in my head. So I'm cutting on an old. Are you serious? I'm literally blanking on what the stuff's called right now. Really, a towel, an old like bath towel. And then wax paper on here, so it's just easier to throw it in the trash and everything. I do this just so it doesn't like scrape or anything on the countertops that I have or anything. So again, I'm sorry, my throat's kind of stuffy this morning, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin with wax cutting. So again, if you hear any like pauses or anything, I'll say when I'm gonna go wash it off and everything, so it's not like weird. Now I'm 2 minutes into the video. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting my scent shots. I personally like cutting my scent shots in 3s, and this is also my first time I'm doing this like in a video, so if everything isn't like super pretty or super nice, it's because I don't cut them super nice or pretty like in person either. So, and this is a lot more stressful to get all of it like on camera and everything, so if it looks bad, I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize now, because I've never done this before. So there's the 3. Cut it in 3, put it back, and we are now 1 scent shot down. Next one I'm going to do is Susie's Cottage from Satin Susie. This one's fruits, spices, fruits, sugars, spices, and vanillas. Okay, the Dodo one doesn't have scent notes, so I was just checking just in case this one does. So this is also going to get cut into 3. I'm honestly just not the biggest fan of this scent for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. It smells similar to another scent that I've had from Simo Tarts, but I didn't like that scent much either. It was like Mac Apple Marshmallow Fireside. You know, it's just kind of bleh to me, honestly. And when I cut my scent shots, they're probably not going to be even either, but that's just what happens. So, 1, 2, 3. Put this back on, and now I'm going to go clean off my little soap cutter. I just don't like my waxes to mix with each other, I guess. It's a weird thing, I'm pretty sure. But there's just something about it that I just feel weird about, just like kind of like leaving it, you know? My apologies, excuse me. And the last scent shot from Satin Susie I'm going to be chopping up today. And this is the one I said reminds me of like something my grandma made for Thanksgiving when I was a kid. This one is sweet potato and brown sugar from Satin Susie. There we go. This is going to be my Thanksgiving melt in my bedrooms, or not bedrooms, I only have one for myself, but I'm going to put 2 pieces in there, and if it's not strong enough, I'm going to go ahead and put the whole scent shot in because I just love this scent so much. So this is going to be a Thanksgiving melt. And then I have one from, I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. And then I have just this one from Dragon Wolf Crafts. This one is Shadow Hunting. I believe that this is like sage and some fruit notes to it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm getting almost like a mango tropical fruit mixed with sage. I've actually had this scent before, and it's lovely. I love this scent. I love the wax pool on it. And the throw is also really great too. I just really enjoy this scent. And I recommend it if you're into like sagey fruit blends. I mean, they're not super common, but they're also not like super not common, if that makes sense. It's just a nice scent overall. So that was Shadow Hunting from Dragon Wolf Crafts. And now I'm going to go clean off my little soap cutter, and then I'm going to dig into the Wax Workshop wax that I have. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with some my Wax Workshop wax, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Rose in Honey Lavender Gelato. Full rose. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw this away too and get me another small piece of wax paper just to make it throwing away easier, so just so it makes it easier. So this is Honey Lavender Gelato from Wax Workshop, which is a Yankee Candle type. I like this scent a lot, actually. Let me make it a little bit more focused. I like this scent a lot, actually. I don't think there's much else to say. It's an exact dupe for the Yankee Candle's Honey Lavender Gelato. The way I cut my roses, I know some people do it in thirds, but to me that's just like a bit too much wax. I might have to microwave some of this. I don't remember needing to, but I might have to. Yeah, I'm going to need to because some of the top parts broke. So, yeah, I'm going to have to be microwaving some of this wax. Because I just don't want like bits and pieces to like crumble off like that. Like it did there. I mean, it's all going to get melted anyway, so I don't really care too much. It's just, I'll try a few more pieces, and if they crumble like that, I'm going to have to microwave them. Because I personally don't care all that much, but I don't like having to pick up small like little pieces, and then there's a lot of little residue there now, so I just don't personally like it when it's all crumbly if it doesn't need to be. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one up next. This is lemon sugar cookies plus blueberry cobbler. I'm going to try the blueberry cobbler portion of it in a melt soon to see if I need to destash the top part. Like I'll cut off the, I'm going to cut it up all. Actually, no, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in half and then melt like a little piece of the blue and the yellow together because they are two different scents just put together. So I'll go ahead and cut off the blue part and then just chop up the blue part, and I'll cut up the yellow part as well. And then just blend it together to see if I like it, and if not, I'll just do a random act of kindness for the top part most likely. Because I'm just not a big fan of the blueberry cobbler scent from past experience. And what's so weird is it smells beautiful and cold. I mean, I love me a lemon blueberry scent. I love lemon blueberry flavoring. I have a really good blueberry lemonade recipe, but I'm just not a big fan of this particular blueberry. Like what's it called? Blueberry sugar from Bath and Body Works is fantastic. That is one beautiful scent. And I plan to get maybe, I think I planned out to get like 5 of it for Candle Day because I just like it so much. And last year was its only, or not only year, it was its first year of being out, and I just don't want to take a chance that it won't be coming back. So I'm gonna stock up now. I'm hoping I'll get like a tester candle of it as well for Candle Day, or not Candle Day, for semi-annual sale. So, because if anyone who doesn't know this, I really love the tester candles because I mean they're easy to chop up and everything. They don't take so much time to chop up like a 3-wick does. And if you're gonna put something in your collection to keep and everything, or to have in your collection to compare to other scents, I'd much rather have something that's only like, let's say 4 ounces. I think the tester candles are. I'd much rather hoard, or whatever you want to call it, 4 ounces to be able to compare to something than to be able to hoard 14.5 ounces. I'd much rather enjoy the 14.5 ounces and hoard the little 4 ounces. So, yeah, that's just my opinion, but that's why I love those tester candles, especially during semi-annual sale when they're $3 plus a good 10 off of 40 coupon. I mean, you honestly just can't beat it. And sometimes I find tester candles at my outlet store for 75% off, sometimes even year round. So, I mean, it's a really good deal, especially if you have a coupon, especially if they're 75% off and you have a 10 off 30, then we're seriously talking some good deals. So, I can go ahead and reuse this. I'll just go ahead and just flip it over. Since I've already flipped it over once, I'm going to go ahead and clean this off again, and then I'm going to be doing the cotton candy linen scent from the wax workshop. And then after cotton candy linens, I think I'm going to be doing fresh from the dryer, since those are both similar scents. I just feel better about doing similar scents together for some reason. Probably just because they have the same base. If you ask me, I personally think that fresh from the dryer and cotton candy linens share the same laundry note, and that cotton candy linens just has the added like beautiful cotton candy scent to it. I mean, I love the cotton candy scent. I prefer it with the cotton candy in it personally. But to me, they share a very similar, if not the same base. So, okay. This is just cotton candy linens from Wax Workshop. Beautiful two-tone wax bunt in pink and in blue. I'm gonna make at least 8 melts out of this. Like, I'm not playing. Like, this thing is huge. And it's thick too, so I'm gonna get at least 8 melts out of this. I'm not settling for anything less than 8 melts, because this thing is huge. Like, 4 would just be way too much. And each one of these is going to get cut in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. See, and they kind of came apart on me again, but you know, it's fine. I mean, again, it's all just going to get melted anyway, but it just makes it easier to clean up when it's all staying together. So, I mean, 8 different melts. I think this thing was only maybe, I don't think it was any more than 6 something, like maybe $6.50. So $6.50, you're getting 8 melts, and it's not on sale. It's not on like clearance or a deal or anything like that. That's just like what it costs to get it. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining. I mean, that's a really good deal. So now I do have to throw this wax paper away because that was a pretty big piece and pieces of it got everywhere. So I'm going to go in and get some more wax paper. There, and then I'm going to be getting out fresh from the dryer. I'm going to leave the small like little piece that's already in there. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I could get maybe, nah, that's probably just 1 melt by itself, honestly. I'm not even going to try and play myself. So, okay, I'm going to try and get like a decent amount of melts from this, because this was like $7.68. I mean, it's pretty long and it's pretty thick too. So, I mean, is it worth it? Yeah, but I mean, I want to get it like at least maybe 7 melts out of it. I mean, I feel like that's reasonable. And then this is going to be at least, can I do 3? 1. I mean, I'll try 3, and if I ever need more, I'll just put more in there. I mean, it's not rocket science. So, I'll go ahead and throw these in there. 1, 2, 3 pieces. Something I hate about embeds is that they always make things want to like fall apart and everything. So I'll just cut this one in 2, and this one will be its own milk because this isn't like a blend of scents. Like this is all just one single pour scent and just 2 tones, and white and like a baby bluish color. That little heart will be like in a little additional melt if I ever feel like I need it. And this one I'm probably just gonna end up cutting into 4s. Yeah, so we can get that off. Okay. So I got a good decent amount of melt out of this. I don't know how many I got because I wasn't counting while I was doing this, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I mean 12 melts for like $7, give or take. I mean I might need to add more, but I mean at least 6 melts. I mean for sure, like at least maybe being maybe a bit too generous. I mean giving it at least maybe 9 or so melts. I mean to me that's fairly worth it. I mean, it's vendor wax. Vendor wax is a treat compared to like Walmart wax or chopping at Bath and Body Works. I mean, of course, home fragrance in general is like a treat to yourself, you know. But vendor wax tends to be more expensive. Like, I'm not gonna act like it isn't. But sometimes sometimes things are just worth it, and you know, this is like a treat within a treat, you know. Because vendor wax isn't cheap, and I'm not saying it should be or anything, because vendors work hard. I mean, pouring scents and everything, and dealing with customers, and you know, I mean that's their job, of course. But I mean, the point is, you know, they don't need to do this. I mean, they don't need to give us amazing smelling wax. They don't need to go above and beyond with customer service. But I mean, the fact that most, if not all of them, do is just mind blowing. So. I was just saying, you know, vendor wax for me is like a special, special treat. You know, candles, I can get a 14.5 ounce candle from Bath and Body Works for no more usually than maybe $10.50. And you know, the general rule of thumb for me is you shouldn't be paying really more than $1, $1 per ounce of wax, because then it's starting to be like, okay, well, you know, you also have to factor in, you know, these are all hand poured. They're not poured from big corporations like Better Homes and Gardens, Sensationals, and then they own a bunch of other scents in like other retail stores. Like there's a whole Sensationals line in HEB. I mean, for those in the South, I guess, or at the very least in Texas. I know that there's some in maybe it's Michael's or something. There's a few other craft stores. I know, not Ross. I know Kohl's has some, but I don't think they're the same one. Sonoma brand. I don't think so, but. There might be another one I'm just completely blanking on, but the point I'm trying to get across is, you know, these are all like hand poured from people, like individual people, you know, with, you know, a little kettle and everything, pouring wax into polypropylene, you know, scent shots or clamshells, or pouring them into, you know, silicone molds or whatever, and putting them in polypropylene bags. I mean, that costs stuff. Then they have to factor in, you know, labor, and then they have to factor in, you know, time, labor, so that's the thing, plus cost to make. And then they need to be able to make a profit and continue to go on with their business. So, you know, it's reasonable, of course, but, you know, when you look at it, you know, in terms of money-wise, not just like, is it worth it? It's more worth it to, you know, get a Bath and Body Works candle to chop up, or even like a 10 times better deal to get a Better Homes and Gardens 18-ounce candle for like $5.60 something, $5.68 or so. That's 18 ounces of wax. You melt that down, pour it into little silicone molds yourself. I mean, you just paid $5 for 18 ounces of wax. For most vendors, that's the size of their loaves, or their mini loaves, okay? So, which would usually cost around $18 to $25, give or take, depending on the vendor and, you know, what else is in it. And, you know, this is getting ranty. I still haven't even cleaned this thing off, so I'll clean it off, and when I get back, I'll continue on. You know, I can go ahead and talk over it. I mean, it's not that loud, so. You know, if you just look at it in terms of, you know, money or dollar per ounces, you know, getting a candle and chopping it up, or getting a candle and, you know, melting it down to get melt is cheaper. And, you know, I've had one problem with the Bath and Body Works candle that I chopped up. One. When I say one, I mean one, just one. And that was a Palo Santo candle in the prism, like geometric, like ceramic glass thing. Not ceramic glass, but ceramic piece. And when I burned it, it was a solid 0. I mean, even standing over it, you could not smell a thing. And when I chopped it up, I got a better strength and throw. It was like a 3.5 in like a bathroom. But when I burned it in my bathroom, still nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it got stronger for sure. It was just super, super light, you know? But even then, I knew it was a light scent in general. And I knew it probably wasn't going to throw anything more than maybe a 4.5, 5. So, I mean, 3, is it the best? Absolutely not. But I mean, it was better than absolutely nothing. And I really enjoyed the scent. Which is, you know, it sucks because I really, really love the scent and everything, but it just didn't throw at all. So, you know, sometimes you will get duds. You know, sometimes things don't throw more than maybe a 6.5. I don't chop up Bath & Body Works candles, and usually, on average, I don't get anything less than a 6, 6.5, 7 throw. And that's the minimum. Sometimes I get things that are throwing like a 10 for one little piece in a bedroom, okay, or a 10 in a, like, open concept living room for maybe 1 or 2 pieces. So, you know, in terms of like vendor wax being worth it or whatever, is it worth it? Yeah, because these are like real people pouring and doing all this stuff, like pouring their hearts out into what they're making and whatnot. But if you look at it compared to, you know, 18 ounces from a Better Homes and Gardens candle that you just chop up, or not chop up because you have to melt them down because the lip is smaller, you don't get as good of a deal, you know. I mean, really, if you look at $6 rounded up, give or take, for an 18-ounce candle versus $20-something for, you know, vendor wax loaf, which is about the same plus shipping. I mean, of course, it's a better deal to just get it at Walmart, but I mean, that doesn't make the scent itself better or the wax more worth it. You know, I'm not, you know, dissing Walmart wax. I love Walmart wax. I mean, I have some going in my bedroom right now. Season's Greetings. I got one from last year. I'm sorry about that. I didn't want it to do that, but reaching over and having to get everything, it's just not, I don't have a lot of room. I'm actually kind of closed in a little bit. So, you know, I got that last year for 10 cents. So would I have picked it up otherwise for a full $2 for 2.5 ounces of wax? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's back this year, but I'm probably not going to get any of that until, I don't know, maybe not until, you know, it goes on sale for 10 cents again. But the point I'm trying to make is, you know, you can get stuff for really cheap from Walmart, and it can throw really good, but so can vendor wax. And, you know, sometimes there's vendors, you know, I've tried vendors, honestly, that don't give me much throw. And, you know, sometimes that could just be your own house. Sometimes it could be, you know, the airflow in your home. Sometimes it could be the type of warmer you're using with the wax. So, I mean, sometimes it really is just, like, on you. Or not necessarily on you, but it's, like, on things that, like, you cannot control. But it's not the vendor's fault, you know? And sometimes there's just vendors that, you know, in general, just have really bad wax. And, you know, sometimes they have bad wax, but they have killer body care. And I'm not, like, naming any vendors in general because I haven't tried a lot of, you know, the vendors, like, I'm thinking of. So, I mean, I'm not going to diss them without me personally trying them before. But, you know, I've heard, you know, at least a good majority of people that, you know, I've seen talk about a certain company say that its wax sucks. I mean, like, you get, like, 0 throw from it. But her body care is fantastic. I mean, like, and this is just stuff I've heard. I mean, I've never tried her body care. I probably never will because I have a big old stash of Bath & Body Works stuff I have to get through. And I'm planning to maybe get some for SAS. I think I might be going back on my plan because that Love Rose Vanilla scent, I'm going to be getting like 6 candles for Candle Day. I plan to get maybe like 5 more during SAS because I just love it so much. And the only reason I'm not going to get more for Candle Day is because I still want to get a few other scents and whatnot. But my point in all that being, you know, is I have a lot of body care, so I don't like try a whole lot of vendor body care. I mean, I appreciate in samples and whatnot, but I just don't have the, and I have the cash technically to do it when I'm not saving up for something. But in my mind, one, I always have something I want to get, so I'm almost always saving up for something or looking forward to something. Like, I have my next few months planned out on what I'm going to be buying and whatnot. Like, I'm serious. Like, for December, it's going to be Candle Day. That's the big thing I've been saving up my money for the last few months. So when I say I'm going to get 40 candles, I mean, again, it's not like a last minute, like, yeah, I think I'm going to be getting 40 candles this month. Like, no. Like, I had to plan this stuff out. I have an e-gift card for $10 that I got for a bad experience at Bath & Body Works a while back that I was going to save for this day. I have a little merchandise credit for $9.58, and then I've been doing, extra stuff that pretty much whatever I can find to be able to get some extra spending money for Candle Day, and just so happens I'm going to be able to get 40 candles, and I have coupons to be able to use. I have a few of the 10 or 15 off of 40 coupons from the mailers, because my whole family is signed up for that. I mean, I'm not playing no games when it comes to those mailer coupons, because you can stack those any time of year, not just Black Friday. So if you get like mailer coupons that come together in a set, like the new ones, it's like a free item up to $13, I think, when you spend $10. That can be used in unison with the 15 off of 40 or 10 off of 30 or 5 off of 20 that's in there. You have to pick one. Like, you don't get like one 10 off of 30, one 15 off of 40, and one 5 off of 20. No, it's not how it works. But you do get to choose which one you want. And of course, 15 off of 40 is the best deal. And that's the ones I'm going to be using. I have 3 of those, and then I have 3 sets of those, and then I have 3 of the free item ones, because my mom wanted to keep one of the free item ones for her to use. Because my mom signed up, I'm signed up, my brother and grandmother all signed up. Everyone in this household is signed up for those coupons, because it's just such a good deal. Like, and you can stack those too. I mean, you just can't get better than that, honestly. There's just no better deal. And I mean, I also have a 20% off coupon I'm going to be using. I mean, otherwise I'd just be able to get 15, because it's 5 candles in one transaction. Use a 15 off of 40 and get a free item. That's my plan. So I'm going to be cleaning off my little soap cutter right now. So, I'm going to get 5 candles in each transaction that I have a 15 off of 40 for. Not 44, but, 15 off of 40 coupon for, I should say. So it's not like so tongue twisting. I'm going to put 5 in each transaction, so that's 15. And the other 25, I'm just going to use my 20% off coupon I have. I have a 20% off that I was sent, again, for... Sorry, my apologies. I was sent the coupon for my bad customer experience a while back. The obnoxious people in the store, the managers were ridiculous and not accepting coupons. So I called customer service, and I got a little gift card, and they sent me a 20% off coupon, because they weren't going to accept my coupon, and then they tore it up too. I didn't even get the coupon back. They just tore it up, and they didn't have any, so I didn't get that coupon back, which sucks, because it was a really good one too. It was like a free item with it was just like a free item up to $5.50, and it didn't have to be a body care one. And that's why it was so good, is because it didn't say it, and it didn't need to be body care. It didn't have, it was one of the few times that it said it didn't have to be like a, free body lotion or free, body care item up to, $5.50 or whatever, which is like the fun size body care. It didn't say that. So I was going to get, again, they had little tester candles in the store. I was going to get 2 tester candles with it, and both my coupons were tore up because the transaction wasn't like working with it. And I don't know if it was, or no, it was up to $10, I think. It wasn't $5.50, because if it was $5.50, that would explain why it didn't work. But it was up to like $10 or whatever with a $10 purchase. So I was just going to get a tester candle, which was like $2.50 and a few hand soaps. So I got like a $2.50, like 3 of the $2.50 hand soaps, and I got one of the tester candles, which was $2.50 in my transaction, and it was going to be a free item up to $10. Or not a free item up to $10, I think it was a free item up to $13.50, but again, it didn't say like it needs to be a body cream or a shower gel or lotion or anything. So I was trying to use it on the tester candle, and it just wouldn't go through. For whatever reason, it just wasn't going through. I don't know if it's because it was a tester candle, maybe, but that makes no sense, because it didn't like exclude candles, let alone a tester candle. So I don't know. But anyway, that's how I got the 20% off coupon. So I have a 20% off coupon I'm going to be using to get the other 25. And, I even spoke to my manager about, just double checking to see if I need to bring extra family members with me. And I still am, just in case they're, she changes her mind or whatever. And I don't think she will. She's one of the sweet managers. Wendy from the Bath and Body Works. And I don't want to give out the location, because that's kind of weird. But anyway, not my favorite Bath and Body Works in terms of deals, but my favorite in terms of customer service and everything there. Wendy, she is super sweet, and she even told me, like, You know, honestly, we're not going to stop you from getting more than 15 candles because, you know, it just makes no sense. You know, if you're wanting to buy like 40 candles like you are, we're not going to stop you because that just means more money for our store. And I was just like, exactly. Like, what does it hurt? You know, that's just my question. What does it hurt to let people get more than the 15? And I didn't have a problem with it last year on Candle Day. I got 16 candles on Candle Day last year. So, you know, I don't think that they tend to care all that much, honestly. Um, I really don't. I think it's just like, you know, some managers just kind of suck and they just won't do it. But then there's managers like her who are, she just, you know, it just makes more sense, you know, to let people buy their 40 candles so you can get the, because my total transaction order should be like $294. So practically $300 from me alone, you know, at the location. It's like, why wouldn't you want that extra, you know, I think it'd only be like $100 or so, like literally $100.30 to get the 15 candles. It's like you would literally get, you know, you'd get, you know, an extra $200 just about, you know, if I would be able to get, you know, the extra 25, which I am. She's already said that I will, that she's not going to stop me or anything, and that she's telling all the associates that if people are going to be buying more than 15, it's absolutely fine. And you know, just in case, I'm bringing my brother with me. I'm bringing my mother with me to help, not to help me carry stuff out. I mean, I can take it out by myself. But just in case they do try and give me trouble or like they change their mind last minute, which I mean, it's possible. Again, I don't think she will, but I mean, you best believe I'm gonna be waking everybody up at, you know, 4:30 and everything, getting ready so I can be there at 5 when it opens. You know, that's what she told me that they're gonna be opening by. And you know, of course I'm gonna call them and everything, you know, like a week before and then the day before, just to make sure. I'm gonna ask specifically to talk to Wendy because she's the manager at this specific store. She has been for years. So I'm gonna ask specifically to talk to her, just so I don't get like an associate who like maybe doesn't know or is like a seasonal worker, tell me something like they're gonna be opening up at 5 and then they really open up at 4, or that they say they're gonna open up at 5 and they don't really end up opening up until 7. You know, because I used to be a really, you know, morning person, like a lot. And I mean, in a lot of ways, I still am. That was just me cleaning off my soap cutter. You know, in a lot of ways, I still am a morning person. But my problem is I'm a morning person and a night owl, which, you know, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I am. You know, I stay up really late and I wake up super early in the morning, and I don't take naps either, which is probably not very healthy. But it's just 4:30 in the morning, like early, like having to leave by then because, you know, the closest Bath and Body Works to me is that store, and that's like, depending on traffic, could be like 45 minutes away. So we're gonna be leaving the house at around 4:25-ish because, you know, everyone needs to, you know, I don't think this time we're gonna be smarter about it, and we're gonna take showers the night before. And I don't take showers the night before personally. I'm gonna be getting wax paper real quick. I don't do showers the night before. I do showers the day of, so I can smell like nice and fresh and everything in the morning. You know, that's just like me though. I mean, I know some people that don't care and they'll just, you know, take a shower at like 8 o'clock at night and then at 8 in the morning show up and work and they'll smell just fine. Not me. I would be so worried that someone would think I smell gross or whatever. And I like to take showers in the morning. I don't know why. I just feel fresher when I do it that way. I feel cleaner when I do it that way because, I mean, sitting on a bed, especially if people don't like wash their stuff every day. I mean, you know, and we pretty much do. But I mean, the problem is people are nasty, and some people will just leave their, you know, stuff and not clean it for weeks and weeks on end, which is nasty. You know, and then you're sleeping on that, and you're like getting all nasty from that. Like, no, I'm sorry, no. You need to take showers the night, you know, not the night before. You need to take showers the day before because you're gonna be smelling gross and everything, and I don't want to be smelling your crusty self. I mean, no, thank you. So, sorry for that tangent I just went on, but my point is we're all going to be getting up, you know, taking showers the night before. So when we get up at like 4 o'clock or 4:20-ish or 4:25-ish, you You know, that way we're not like in a rush for everyone to take a shower, and, you know, especially me, because I'm like a morning shower type of person. Um, so I just want to be able to wake up, get everything ready, let everyone wake up a little bit. Maybe if we have time to make a quick breakfast, you know, make a few scrambled eggs for everyone and just get out and go. Because I want to be the first person in that store. Because some people around here, they want to be going crazy for these sales. I mean, with good reason. But, you know, I want to be the person getting like the 6 Love Rose Vanilla, the 5 last 5 Mary Cookie. You know, I hope they have like a decent, and I think they do stock, you know, fairly well for Candle Day and everything. But, you know, I just don't want to miss out on anything and then have to get like replacement candles to get and then have to exchange later. Because I don't have problems with exchanging stuff. It's just, excuse me, excuse me. I just don't feel like having to, you know, go in and exchange like 10 different scents, you know? If I don't need to. I mean, if I need to and, you know, an associate tells me, or, you know, Wendy's cool with it. She knows. Like, she knows my list. So, I mean, I don't think she knows I do. I mean, she knows I have Instagram and everything, but she doesn't know about, like, YouTube yet, I don't think. And she might. But regardless, you know, and it's just one of those things where it's like, she knows me by now. I've shopped at that store for years, like, literal years. Like, not as crazy as like, last year was, like, my year at Bath & Body Works. Like, you know, 2017 of fall was, like, when I really started getting into Bath & Body Works and, like, really started growing my collection. And I've watched, like, Bath & Body Works videos there, like, candle videos, and even wax videos, like, mid to late 2016. I remember my very first candle. It was, or not necessarily my very first, but, you know, it might have been. It was coconut sandal, or sandalwood, I'm pretty sure it's coconut sandalwood from Bath & Body Works 2016 version. Had this beautiful brown label. It didn't have a lid, which sucked. It had a dust cover back then. And it was beautiful packaging. I love the packaging. I wish I still had that glass. Because when I was chopping it up, because the burn got so bad, because I would burn it in my room, and it would travel all the way across, like, from my room in my old house, like when we were, you know, living in our old house. I would burn it in my room, and my mom would, like, blow it out before it pulled out. And that always bothered me for some reason. But this is before I knew, like, real candle care, like, tips and everything. And, you know, I had it in my collection for a good little while. And, you know, I think it was earlier this year, maybe in January or February, where I just like, you know, I really want to enjoy this scent, but it won't light anymore because wax had come over it, like 2 of the wicks, so I couldn't even light it anymore. So I just decided to go ahead and chunk it. And this is before I knew you should be putting in polypropylene. I put that sucker in a Ziploc, and I got like maybe a good 10.5 ounces of it left. And, you know, the scent did start to leach out towards the end, but at first it was strong in my warmers, y'all. It was just as strong as when it was when I was burning it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up chopping these last 2 little things. And, you know, each of these little customs things, these are at least 12 melts. I mean, you know, 3 per stick, and there's 4 sticks in here. That's at least 12 melts, y'all. And these are like decent sized melts as well. So, you know, it's a really good deal. $9.60 for 12 melts. You really cannot beat that. So that's it for the wax part of this. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here for the wax workshop haul. I will probably be going live like shortly after this, so I can go ahead and do what's it? I'm going to go ahead and try and do like a, you know, I'll try it, see like what, you know, goes on. If no one like comes up or anything, it's fine. But we have unexpected guests today, unbeknownst to me. Like, they were literally just asked today to come over, and, like, the house is still a mess and everything, pretty much. You know, they're family and everything, so, I mean, I don't care. I don't care all that much, but, I mean, just the fact that it just probably doesn't smell all too great right now, so I don't have wax going in here or a candle going in here, it bothers me, so I'm probably going to get my mulled cider candle. I need to do a review of that, too. Because I'm below the 50% mark by quite a little bit. And it's got maybe like 4 burns left in it, about maybe 12 hours left in it in total burn time. So, yep, that's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and end off this video here, and I'll try, you know, I'll keep it going for as long as I can about, you know, doing like a little Thanksgiving / my thoughts on Mercari as a whole. So yeah, that's all I have. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away, and I'll show you all the bags like chopped up now before I end the video, and tell you what they look like, and keep them all in the frame maybe. You know, I already have my thumbnail and everything, but I mean, still. So here's Ice Cream Parlor. I don't think I said what the last 2 cents were, so I apologize about this. This is Ice Cream Parlor from the Wax Workshop. That was one of my customs, or last maybe 4. This one is Cookies and Cider. It's French vanilla buttercream, sugar cookies, and hot apple cider. I'm going to try and keep these all in frame. So I'll go push those back a bit. This is Fruit Loops and Lemon Lime Fizzy Soda. Okay. This is Fruit Loops, Lemon Lime Fizzy Soda, and a Sugar Waffle Cone. This is Teen Cakes plus Strawberry Soda. This is See You in Fiji, which is Coconut Lime Ribena type and Butt Naked type, I assume. This one is my fresh from the dryer little piece of a wax loaf. And this isn't all going to be able to get in frame, I don't believe, but I'll try. I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try. I'm going to move this because I need to go and clean off the wax cutter one last good time. Here's Cotton Candy Linens. All these are so far from the Wax Workshop. This is lemon sugar cookies plus blueberry cobbler. Really? You're not going to focus at all? Not even a little bit? Nothing? Okay, well, that's fine. And this is my little rose of honey lavender gelato. Type from Yankee Candle. The type is from Yankee Candle, wax from Wax Workshop, of course. Little shadow hunting wax shot from Dragon Wolf Crafts. And I have 3-cent shots. One is in Dodo. These are all from Satin Susie. So I have a Dodo, Susie's Cottage, and my favorite from my Satin Susie order, sweet potato and brown sugar. So the video is now 42 minutes and 10 seconds. So I don't really know how to make these videos shorter, except maybe not ramble as much. And I don't edit my videos at all. So I love longer videos. These are perfect for like long car rides. These are perfect for like you're trying to do like house cleaning. Like I love watching like Southern Comfort's long videos, for example. Like her empties, especially her empties during like while I'm cleaning. So, you know, just stuff like that. I mean, think of it in, it's almost like a podcast now. It's not really, but you know, just try and find something else to do and just like listen to it. Or if you like the wax cutting, just like, I don't know, skip to like where the wax cutting is, because I do talk a lot through this, and I have to clean the materials and whatnot. So, and I'm rambling. I'm making a 40-minute video into 43 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this off here. If you like the video, please give me a like, and if you enjoyed the video like this and you'd like to see more, please subscribe for more videos like this. I'm going to be doing predominantly just wax and candle videos for the most part, like reviews, hauls, empties, you know, that type of thing. I have some candle chopping I want to be doing in the very, very near future. Not saying it's going to get done soon, or not. That made no sense. It's not going to be done like within the next like week or so, because my mother is also going to be home starting tomorrow for her Thanksgiving break, and then, you know, it's already kind of hard enough to film with, you know, both my grandmother and my brother here. Let me go ahead and fix that. It's bothering me. You know, I appreciate them being all quiet and everything for me. I think my grandma's asleep right now, so after she, nope, never mind. She just shook her head. Hey, Grandma. And my brother is in his room playing one of his video games. I don't know which one, and then he may or may not be watching YouTube. So, alright, well, that's all I have to say about this. I'm going to be trying to maybe do some candle chopping soon. I'll try and film it if I can. If not, I apologize in advance sometimes. Because this video is hard, you know, making sure I got everything in frame, having a nice setup, you know, having to have like 5 different things going at once. So, it's definitely a messy video. It's not my favorite video I've ever done, you know, in terms of quality necessarily. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed. Leave me a comment too if you like any of these scents or you'd be interested to try any of these scents. Like, what of the Wax Workshop stuff was your favorite, you know, or one that you think you'd like. I can't pick a favorite personally because I just love them all just a bit too much. My favorite new scent that I got from like the stuff I've actually like ordered and purchased myself that's new, like not my customs, would definitely have to be Cotton Candy Lemons. This one right here, the blue and pink. That's my favorite new scent. And out of the old ones, if I had to pick, like I absolutely had to, for sentimental reasons alone, it's probably the Fizzy Pop, Fruit Loops, and Sugar Waffle Cone. But in terms of like a unique type scent, it would probably have to be tea and cakes and strawberry soda. That's definitely not something I've seen from too many vendors. I've seen tea and cake oils, but I don't think I've ever seen tea and cakes and strawberry soda blended together. And oh my goodness, it's amazing. I think this is, you know what? I think I might try and blend this with some of my customs that I did myself. That's the Fizzy Pop and Fruit Loops. I think those two would go really good together. Give it more of like a fizzy note to it. I might have to try that come spring because I like to give my wax, again, this vendor specifically, a lot of cure time. Because I personally think she needs it. I don't think she's a vendor. I like to give most vendors like 2 months cure time just to play it safe because I like strong, like punch in your nostrils type scent. And I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to wrap it up very fast. But this vendor specifically, I like to give it at least 4 months cure time. Again, excuse me. I like to give this vendor at least 4 months cure time because I think it's either the wax or the oil she uses that needs a little bit more time to bond with the wax, if you ask me, to give a stronger throw. You know, that's just me personally. I like to give this vendor, 4 months cure time, but I know my friend Jasmine, she gave her wax a month, and it's going great for her, especially with my lavender gelato. So, it's just depends on, your home, I guess, and you just have to figure out what works for you. So, I guess that's it. My favorite scent so far from Satin Susie is the sweet potato and brown sugar. And this isn't my favorite Dragon Wolf Craft scent ever. That is currently held up by Buffy Summers, which is Juniper Breeze, Juicy Peaches, and Lemon Verbena. Beautiful scent, by the way, but this is probably somewhere in the top 5. Definitely not in the top 3, but maybe, 4th or 5th place. So that's all I have for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.